Hi, my name is Jessica Goodwin, and I am here today as a sales representative for Snap-on Tools. I'm the sales manager, and I am here today with the assistant wholesale advisor, Bradley Jacobs. Unfortunately, the wholesale advisor, Leslie from Frisbee Tire, could not make it. So to replace her, Brad is here, and we're going to be discussing the sale of Snap-on Tools products to Frisbee Tire as a company. Thank you so much for sitting down with me today, Brad. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm just going to go over a brief agenda of why we're sitting down together today, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
So we're just going to basically talk about the selling of Snap-on Tools to Frisbee Tire as a corporation, as we discussed previously over a couple calls.
Okay.
So because you can sit down with me today, I'm just curious as to what do you want to get out of talking today?
So really, by the end of the meeting, I would like to understand how converting to Snap-on Tools in all of our shops in Ottawa will help run my business more effectively.
Yeah, absolutely. I did provide you here with a pen and some paper in case you want to jot anything down or any questions that you have. Feel free to just jump on in and ask any questions whatsoever. You'll notice on the next couple pages there are a couple charts and tools that just will make the explanation a little bit easier for you.
Sure, and I'll also take some notes for Leslie as well.
Perfect, thank you. So I had previously discussed with Leslie, I asked her if she could bring a record of all of the accidents and repairs that Frisbee Tire had done over the past year. I was just wondering if you happen to bring a copy of those.
Yes, I have them right here.
Oh, okay, that's perfect, because I'm going to need those for a little bit later on.
Sure.
So what are the main opportunities that you feel that your corporation has as a whole right now?
So right now we have the lowest productivity we have had in over many years. It's become a very costly expense to our company.
Yeah, no, that's super unfortunate. Productivity is really what makes your company or any company drive for success, right? So I myself and Snap-on Tools are willing to help, and we think that we may have a proposal for you that can help with your productivity issue. Based on the past conversations that we've had, would you be okay and interested in hearing a little bit more about how Snap-on Tools can help you in the productivity of your company?
Yes, of course, and I'll ask questions along the way.
Perfect. So today we are going to talk a little bit about the problems that may be causing those productivity issues, how Snap-on can help, what our solution is, and maybe what the next steps are if we decide to move forward. Does that sound all right?
Perfect.
Okay, perfect. So as we all know, as we exit the winter season, it's no surprise that most mechanic shops become filled with requests for repairs and tire changes, and it's just a very busy season. This past year, in 2017, it's been recorded that 60% of accidents that occurred in 2017 happened this past year, and 70% of all of the accidents were due to faulty repairs done to each car. As Frisbee Tire is known as a well-known mechanic shop in the Ottawa region, the citizens of Ottawa rely on your shops and all of their workings to repair their vehicles in the fastest, safest way. We also want to make sure that they're done with the utmost quality. So I've taken the liberty of running an online survey, and the results are as follows. If you want to look at the next page, you can see your chart there. So as you can clearly see here, we surveyed 100 Ottawa citizens who were in accidents in the year 2017. And out of those 100 people, 85% said that they went to Frisbee Tire to get a repair or service done on their vehicle. 60% of those repairs were returned within the first year to get a similar repair done. And 25% were too unhappy with the repair that was made, and they went to a different mechanic shop because they wanted better service. So tell me a little bit, how do you feel about these results, and were you surprised?
Well, I'm very shocked by these results, actually. We at head office have been trying to figure out why we seem to be losing consumers, but we weren't really sure why.
Yeah, so according to my very sampled survey, it does show because they were unhappy with the repairs that were made, they needed the same repair done within the next year, and they felt that they paid for a repair that should have been lasted a little bit longer. So now, obviously, when doing all of these repairs, you need great tools and great equipment, and tools and equipment that you can rely on and that are safe for your employees to use. So if you don't mind me asking, what tools do Frisbee Tire use currently?
Well, we use a variety of tools. We use Mac tools, Stanley, Black & Decker, a few no-name from a few different companies that aren't around anymore.
Okay, and the tools that you have, do you feel that they provide the servicing that you need? Do you think that they're safe enough for your employees to use?
Occasionally, we have had a large amount break after the warranty, but as we're producing less income, as shown by the financial reports, we're stretched out pretty thin when it comes to purchasing new tools and equipment. We actually just had a hoist break, so one of the shops is limited on the repairs that can be done, at least for a few months.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, especially because your productivity is so low. Having one shop not be able to do the repairs that need to be done, especially during this time of year, must be really costly to your company. Especially the amount of accidents that hit, because they hit an all-time high this year. There are many contributions to this besides weather, just like using unreliable tools and in the process of repairing, using faulty equipment, or even inexperience with these said tools. So to help eliminate these factors to the best of Frisbee Tire's ability and Snap-on ability, we do have a discount deal prepared for you. The following is a small price chart showing the ranges of prices for the different types of tools you'll need, just shown here.
Okay.
So as you can see, for all handheld tools like wrenches or screwdrivers, they range anywhere between $10 and $250, depending if you need to buy them individually or as a set. We do have handheld power tools like electric drills, for example. They range anywhere from $200 to $750, depending on the magnitude and the size that you need. We have non-handheld power tools and equipment, such as we sell large things like scissor lifts and things like that. Those can range anywhere between $2,000 and $500,000, which seems like a steep price, but a scissor lift is something that you would have forever and always that would be passed down, right? And then lastly, something that all of your shops need are multiple hoists to help do all the repairs and get underneath the cars. And we actually have a sale on them right now, starting at $10,000 and ranging up to $35,000. Do you have any questions about our base pricings for any of our tools right now? Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. So something about Snap-on tools, they have the highest safety rating of all mechanic tool companies worldwide. We make it very easy for you to shop. We will deliver and bring all tools requested to you. We do have a van and a truck service that has many, many, many tools, excluding the very large ones, obviously, such as a scissor lift or like a hoist. Anything that you use with your hands, though, we can drive right up to you, and it's like a one-stop shop. So you walk into the back of the truck, you go ahead and do your shopping while you're at work. You can process a payment, or you can think about it. We can write down any inquiries you have, and we will always get back to you. Essentially, it's just a mobile shop. So for very specific needs, we do have an online catalog as well. So you can go online and search for anything that you need. And instead of ordering it online, you would add it to your cart. And instead of purchasing it, it would send us an email. So it would send me an email, for example, as the sales manager. This is what you're looking for. I would send one of my salespeople out to you with those things, or videos and graphics of large items such as hoists. So that way you can see how they work. And then we would give you a pricing detail at that point. So rather than you ordering it, we would bring it to you so you can see how it works. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. A couple questions, though.
Yeah, for sure.
So if I were to order products, not order through the online catalog, but say, you only had a set on the online catalog, but I only had a few individual pieces that were missing.
Okay.
How do I go about that?
So you could call Snap-on, and then we would drive that day to your shop as long as you called before noon. We would drive in and you could walk in and you could see everything that we have. So let's say you're looking for a wrench set. We have every different wrench, and then that's where the $10 price point would come in. The cheapest wrench we have is $10. So you could buy them individually, or you could get a new set, which would be the $250 price range. Okay. But that way you can individually see.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then for, looking at, say we order some of those larger scissor lifts, we would have to train our staff on how to use them.
Absolutely.
Do you offer any installation services to begin with, but also training for the associates?
Absolutely. So for anything that's a big item like a hoist or a scissor lift or anything like that, we would provide training. If you purchase a certain amount of a dollar value, the training and installation comes free. If you land underneath of that, there is training and installation for a fee, but we won't stop training you until you have fully understood and you agree, yes, I understand the terms of how to use this machine. The fee for training is $25 an hour, but You can schedule those training sessions whenever it is most convenient for you.
Okay. Now, is it all in-person training, or are there some online modules that we would have the team use? We
have both. It's whatever you find is most useful. So if you have someone new, we normally recommend that we have somebody come in to help train them on how to use it, especially because they've never seen a Snap-on tools or this type of machine being used before. If it's something that an experienced mechanic has used before, let's say you have an experienced mechanic that needs a hoist and they just want retraining on how to set it up, let's say, they can just go to a quick online video for that.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, does that kind of make sense?
Absolutely.
Any other questions so far?
Nope, not yet.
Okay, perfect. So because of this, Snap-on Tools will not only increase the quality of the repairs that your mechanics provide, it'll bring back more returning customers because you'll have better repaired vehicles. Not only that, it'll provide a safer Ottawa for its citizens, enabling a more valuable reputation for Frisbee Tire as a whole. Having more durable and well-working tools will increase productivity at each shop as well. You'll have less tools breaking, you'll be able to do more repairs, and it'll save you more on productivity costs. Do you have any questions so far?
Well, I mean, I guess my question is more to do with like the warranty with the equipment.
Of course.
Small pieces of equipment, if they happen to break, or especially the larger ones.
Yeah.
What type of warranties do we have?
So I actually provided you with a warranty chart just located here, so I'll go over it with you briefly. So for all small appliances, like all small handheld tools, like in the $10 to $250 bracket, there's a lifetime warranty on them. If any of them break at any time, you would give me personally a call, and there would be a new one shipped to you without a problem. You would ship us back the old one, we would ship you a new one. Or we would drive it to you if there's a Snap-on van nearby. Anything that is electric that needs a battery, the tool itself has a lifetime warranty. The battery itself only has a 5-year warranty. So if something happens to the battery, let's say it doesn't hold a charge or it dies very quickly within the first 5 years, we'll send you a new one, no problem. After the 5-year mark, you would have to purchase a new battery. All of our batteries for all of our appliances are less than $100. For large items such as like a scissor lift or a hoist, there's again a lifetime warranty within reason. So for a scissor lift, you have to maintain the maintenance on it that's outlined in the guidebook that comes with it. If the maintenance is not kept up, the warranty is void. If the maintenance is kept up, you have a lifetime warranty on it. Absolutely no problem.
Okay, and is there like a record that we have to check off whenever the maintenance is done, or do you have somebody come out to do the maintenance?
So that's up to you. You can pay us a fee to come out and do the maintenance for you, or you can, again, log it, and then it would be emailed to us to keep your warranty. Does that kind of make sense?
Yes.
So as previously discussed last week on the call, we went over a sales proposal. I'm going to briefly go over that again with you today.
Sure.
So if Frisbee Tire agrees to change all of their mechanic shops in Ottawa's tools and services over to Snap-on equipment and tools, we have come to an agreement that we will give you 25% off in the first year if by December 31st, 2019, all tools and equipment have been switched over to Snap-on tools. After that, for the next 5 years, we will award a 20% discount on any other tool or service that's needed by Snap-on tools. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, why does it have to end after a year? Why can't I do 25% off from now on if we're using exclusively Snap-on?
Well, 25% off for 5 years is quite a large discount to give, and we're only authorized to give 20%. So we're going to, instead of giving 20% for all 5 years, in the first year we decided, because you're making such a large change, that we would give you 25% just to save you that extra bit of money. After that 25%, we're really only authorized to give a 20% discount, which is still a large amount of money. If you think about the whole of how much money you're spending in just hoists alone, there's 8 Frisbee tires in all of Ottawa, so 8 hoists. If you buy the cheapest one at $10,000, that's $80,000. So if you're saving 20% on that $80,000, you're saving $16,000 rather than the $20,000. So really, it's only a $4,000 more that you're paying. But if the 25% is a little bit discouraging because it's not over the 5 years, we are prepared to offer you free training and installation of every Snap-on tool service, equipment, and tool that's purchased by Frisbee Tire for lifetime. So not just for the 5 years. So this new agreement would then say you'd get 25% off the first year, so as until December 31st of 2019. From January 1st, 2020, for the next 5 years, you will get 20% off every Snap-on tool service and tool. And for a lifetime, you'll get free training and free installation.
And this is regardless to a minimum payment?
Absolutely.
Okay.
This is only valid if every tool and equipment piece used has been converted to Snap-on tools at every Frisbee Tire by December 31st, 2019.
Well, I mean, I guess that's a reasonable compromise. So, is this agreement that, is this, so what about marketing? can we come up with some sort of agreement where, we market for you and you market for us at the same time?
Absolutely. That's something that I was going to bring up to you. So in return for you doing this, we will agree to market on our website that Frisbee Tire is a well-renowned Ottawa-based mechanics shop that we endorse, and they use 100% Snap-on tools, services, equipment, and tools, which have the absolute highest safety rating. In return for that, we would print and manufacture pamphlets that we would ask you set up at your front cash desk for customers to feel free to take if they'd like to read a little bit more about Snap-on, if that's something that you and Leslie would agree on.
Okay, and then if we, do you have a statement that we can use to say, we have the highest safety rating because of the tools that we have?
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that my CEO and your CEO would have to sit down to discuss themselves. But that's something that we can totally work out. There could be a possible partnership a little bit down the road where you guys could discuss a joint mission. We have our own values and missions, as I'm sure Frisbee Tire does as well. And we would really like to work with you collectively to kind of create a safer Ottawa for all citizens, considering the accidents are such at an all-time high. Mm-hmm. Snap-on Tools is a very renowned, well-known tool company, as I'm sure you've all heard, by all mechanic shops. So by you marketing that you use Snap-on and by us marketing that we endorse Frisbee Tire, I think that will kind of help business for both of us.
Yeah, that makes sense. So can I keep this?
Oh, absolutely, for sure. I have a sales agreement written down that just goes over everything that we just said. Now, I know Leslie isn't here and you are her assistant, so I understand if you need to consult her before signing and agreeing. This agreement is good for 90 days as of this day. So as of June 3rd, 2018, this will expire. So you do have until then to make a decision, but that also increases the urgency for you to switch all of your tools over if it's something that you wish to do.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have final say, so I will have to present it to Leslie.
Okay.
It sounds like a reasonable agreement.
Okay.
But I will just have to get her because she does have the signing authority.
Okay. So I know that she's not here right now, obviously, so I'll send this back to Frisbee Tire with yourself. And how about I call you next week, let's say on Thursday around 2 p.m. if that works for you. And then we can conference in Leslie and we can all have a final conversation about it.
Okay, you're best to call and speak with Miranda because she knows my schedule.
Okay, that's perfect. I'll call Miranda, no problem.
Excellent.
That sounds great. Thank you so much for sitting down with me today, Brad. If you don't have any more questions, I don't have any more questions about the sales or about your company.
Okay.
You have nothing else?
No,
for me?
I'm comfortable. I have your business card. Like I said, I'll be in consultation with Leslie.
Absolutely.
And then you'll follow up with Miranda next week.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you need to get a hold of me for any reason at all, my email, phone number, and mailing address are just written down here. If you need to email me or fax me, my fax number is also here. Well, I'd like to thank you for your time today, Brad. Do you have any other questions for me?
Nope, I think I'm good.
Okay, awesome. So, like I said, I'll call Miranda next Thursday to find out a little bit about your and Leslie's schedule so that way we can have a conference call and things like that. If you guys agree and don't need to make any changes to the agreement, feel free to fax it to me. My fax number, my phone number, and my email address are just written down here for you on this note here. You can feel free to take your notes, and if you have any other questions, don't hesitate to call me at any time.
Wonderful.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming in. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thanks.